So this is how the traditional way AI problems are identified. And recently, I had this interaction with a interim CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company. I mean, very smart guy, fantastic engineering background and consulting background. So the company brought him in to digitally transform them. And in the interaction that I had, I myself got really worried. Oh my God, I'm talking to such a smart guy. And I prepared for hours and did research. And I went there. I was expecting him to ask me questions on, what AI application do you think you can build here? How will you scale it and things like that? But interestingly, what he said is, tell me what AI applications I should build. I said, oh, okay. I thought you should tell me that. And that is precisely the problem. See, most companies bring in an external top guy, an expert, to tell them, advise them on what to do with AI. And now this guy could be a full-time guy that I bring in, a CIO with AI experience, or someone like me, a professor who does research and who consults. They say, yeah, tell us what we should do. And obviously, we will we have our own pet projects. I love shrinking LLMs. So I will start spotting problems that require shrinking LLMs. Okay. And I don't do this, but most experts I see do this. They make these PowerPoints that sound ridiculously intelligent. At least I don't understand 90% of them. So very, very smart looking PowerPoints. And my assumption is that most people don't understand. But then that 1 hour lecture happens, and then these guys are generally very good. So they even can code the prototype, and sometimes they can even design the product or at least architect it. So they identify a problem that is closer to their heart, that they think is relevant to the company, and convince the leaders that it is very important for the company, and show some examples from elsewhere, and then show exactly a complicated architecture that needs to go in and how important they are to that project. Obviously, there is some conflict of interest there, right? So we have to do that. And then that's thrown to the IT teams, and IT teams do those 18-hour days. Teams work and then bring in all these, invest in infrastructure, do this super complicated applications, and build something. Actually, that while my image shows a lot darker side of it, most of the times I think the IT teams will be able to deliver. Okay, that's or you can outsource it, they'll be able to deliver. And then this solution, this complex solution that this guy has come up with and the IT team has built, is thrown to the business users who never asked for it, who don't know why they have to use it. And it just makes the existing process a lot more tougher and more complicated or unnecessary. Okay, so, and in one of my previous PowerPoints, I said 10% of AI projects actually add business value. 70% stop at the prototype stage because it gets dropped here. Another 20% become a product but don't add any value. Okay, so mostly this should be the reason why the AI projects are failing. It, they are flown top down, and unfortunately, the top person may even be from outside. Okay, so it's completely foreign to the company, to the requirement, to the business. Maybe things are getting better, but several conversations I have actually lead to this. You tell us what to do. Okay, so I'm not at all a fan of this approach. What I, on the other hand, prefer is identify some smart employees in the organization and enable them, train them. And this training is not a 6.5-month AI training. Just tell them what AI can do, how they should think about AI in their day-to-day work. And whenever they think there is a place in their day-to-day work, AI can be applied, they suggest that to the company. So set up a system where companies can suggest.